So this is going to be a very interesting series that I promise you the community of flippers is not going to really enjoy, because we're about to jump into the flipping scene and basically flip the scene, to be honest with you all. Like, it's gonna get a lot harder, maybe, for a lot of people to find cards to flip, or it could be a lot better because the diversity and the variety we're gonna have and the community market, traffic is gonna make it a lot easier for those that are really good, maybe a lot harder for those that aren't really good. But this is going to be episode 1 of Road to a Million just through flipping cards in the community market. I'm not gonna go ahead and start flipping cards in this episode for you all, but I'm gonna teach you all the basics to flip and what you should be looking out for whenever there is a content drop, in order to invest in the cards that are going to drop in price but will 100% rebound later in the future, allowing you to make a profit not only in the short term but also in the long term as well. Now, all that I ask in return is for you to hit that like button and red subscribe button. Also, we stream each and every single day on Twitch at 1 a.m. Eastern. Make sure you guys go ahead and click on the description box and give your boy a follow. You can also become a member, Discord link, other socials, as well as my other YouTube channels. Make sure you guys hit that like, follow, and also subscribe. Now, when it comes to MLB The Show and the community marketplace, there are 2 ways you can either buy cards or sell cards for both. So you can either A, buy a card outright by buying it at whatever price it is currently at. B, you can create a buy order. A buy order will be placed on the sellable side, so on the right hand side. So if we wanted to create a buy order, meaning not buy Freddie Peralta for 233k stubs, we would create a buy order for 201,334 stubs, and we would be the first person that anybody that actually picks up a Freddie Peralta could sell the card off to. Now, with that being said, you don't need to be the first person in the sellable side. You can actually place yourself all the way at the bottom, like let's say at 175,900 stubs if you really wanted to, or if that's all the stubs you had, and then just used it as a holder for stubs, or until Freddie Peralta dropped to that price and you could actually go ahead and purchase him. Now, same thing goes for the sell. If you had a Freddie Peralta inside your inventory, you could sell it at that current price of 201k and 333 stubs. Keep in mind, the 10% tax cut is gonna make you earn less stubs, or you can sell it at whatever is the buy now price and you just undercut it by 1 in order to be first. So in this situation, we would put 233,029, and our Freddie Peralta would be the first one that someone that is looking to buy Freddie Peralta instantly would go ahead and purchase. That is the first big step when it comes to flipping cards. You need to know how to buy cards, and you need to know how to sell cards, and you need to make sure you're not doing it too quick either, because if you're doing it too quick, you might buy the same card you're looking to flip by accident. Now, another thing you need to pay attention to when it comes to flipping cards, especially in the selling business, but it's more important in my opinion in the buying business of it, is the 10% cut. So whenever you're buying a card, you're not hit with the 10% cut. It tells you how much the seller is gonna have to pay for the 10% cut. So if we were to buy this Wander Franco for 65,156 stubs, we would be paying 65,156 stubs. The seller that is selling it for that price would be getting 58,640, right? So if we were to purchase him at 65,156 and then look to flip him at, let's say, 74,000 stubs, this is how much we would be getting in return. We would be getting 66,600 stubs. Clearly, we would be making 1.400 roughly stubs per Wander Franco that we buy and we sell, as long as we get to sell them for that price. Now, that is what I mean when you have to pay attention to the 10% cut. Now it's step 3 to flipping. You need to know which cards are gonna tank in price. Which cards are going to basically go from 400k down to 100k in a matter of 24 to 48 hours, because there are cards that absolutely 100% do that. And a prime example of those cards are event cards like Yoenis Cespedes. Now, yes, Yoenis Cespedes did hit a major growth in terms of the graph somewhere along the lines of whenever that All-Star program came out, but that is usually the only time that those cards will hit that major growth spike. Most of the times, the cards will 100% stay around whatever price they generally were at. So Yoenis Cespedes was probably selling for under 100K. Whenever that All-Star program came out, he jumped to 200K. So you always want to be paying attention to the schedule, because the schedule usually tries to give you little hints, as in A, All-Star program coming, or A, this, that, and the third is coming. And this time around, we did not know anything about Yoenis Cespedes being part of the program, but since he was, it caused him to rise. Another investment that you might think is smart is World Series rewards, but as you can tell by Rich Gossage, if you're not one of the first ones to unlock that World Series reward and sell off that World Series reward, you're most likely not going to be able to make a profit and flip it, because cards like Rich Gossage, cards like World Series reward, Battle Royale 12-0 rewards, as well as Battle Royale program rewards, Ranked Season program rewards, Battle Royale anything, event rewards, all of those cards tank in price. Another card or another set of cards that also will tank in price is these cards that come from exclusive packs, especially whenever they return to the marketplace. So because the Ronald Acuna program gave away a free Home Run Derby card and a free All-Star Game card, or pack I should say, that had the rare round as one of the rounds that could have been included in it, if you paid attention to the marketplace, Freddie Peralta dropped to 100K stubs. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. dropped to 100K stubs. Trey Mancini dropped to about 60K stubs. And he's not even on this page, I believe. Or is he? Yes. He dropped to 60K stubs. Pete Alonso was selling for 60K stubs as well. And now look at the prices of these cards. They instantly inflated back up. And if you had watched my video originally, I told you all, hey, if you wanted Home Run Derby cards, this would be the time to buy. If you wanted to do the All-Star program in terms of the All-Star Game cards, this would be the time to buy it, because the prices are going to go up as soon as the packs leave the community marketplace. And you want to know how I know the prices are going to go up, or how I predicted this? Well, you all know, or if you don't know, if you watch the pack opening video, click on the pack opening playlist. In the Home Run Derby packs, we actually pulled 4 out of 5 rare rounds. And ignore all of these, because this is currently what I'm flipping right now. So that's like a little insider I didn't want you all to see until now. But I've been flipping a lot more than just these. But I will show you or tell you all why cards like these are good to flip. You look at my 2 Trey Mancinis, I had them at 144,444 stubs. And I was going to sell them each off at 144,444 stubs. That would have been great, right? I would have made a ton of stubs. But since I knew, hey, you need these cards for Shohei Ohtani, and they're going to be leaving the community marketplace, and they're most likely not coming back into any program, conquest map, or event until we get a brand new event, inning program, or conquest map, I can go ahead and just hold them until the day prior to that new inning program, new conquest map, or new event, and then sell them off there, just because I know personally that if they are inside that inning program, conquest map, or event as one of the packs available throughout wins, I'm going to be able to go ahead and buy it back at a much cheaper price, since everyone is going to be selling, and then I could buy multiple if I really wanted to, and then wait until the hype dies down and then the cards pick up back in price. The prime example for things like this is going to be in the Team Affinity program that just came out, because if you pay attention, or if you had paid attention to the Team Affinity program, the Space 1 set rares, the rares in particular, we're not even talking about the base round, but the rares in particular, they were quick selling for 5K stubs a pop. Quick selling for 5K stubs a pop. We're talking about Adley Rutschman, Joey Votto, Julio Rodriguez, Kevin Vigio. We're talking about all of these cards. They were quick selling for 5K stubs a pop. Why? Because the availability was great and a lot of people were pulling those rare rounds. So what that leaves you to wonder is, if you go down to a veteran card that was selling for 5K stubs a pop, now you jump back up to 7.5K. So if you would have invested, right, and put in 5,000, or let's not go ahead and jump that high, 100 buy orders for Joey Votto, which is 100k stubs, you would have been making some big stubs per each time you sold them right now. You would have been making 1.7k stubs. So obviously you're gonna need to have a little bit of stubs in order to invest, but you don't have to start at Joey Votto. You don't have to start at any of these cards. And another thing I want you all to pay attention to when it comes to flipping cards in general is you want to look at a humongous difference between buy now and sell now. But don't let that get you basically carried away in terms of which cards to invest in. Because although you see that there is a humongous difference between the buy now and sell now of Freddie Peralta, once you take into account the 10% cut, you're really only making 4.4k, right? So yes, you are making a lot more stubs than you would selling Joey Votto's or low 85s, low golds, high golds, whatever it is. But you have to also take into consideration the time that these cards, high diamonds or diamonds in general that are selling for a bunch of stubs, are going to take much longer for you to get rid of, and it might take you much longer for you to obtain as well. So time is money. You're probably losing out in stubs per minute if you really do the calculations behind it. So what I generally do is I look around through low tier diamonds, through high tier golds, low tier golds, flashbacks and legends, and I try to find cards that have a good difference and cards that I know that are not extinct from being available to the public. So for example, Topps Now cards are a great way to go ahead and flip cards, especially Topps Now cards that have within 1 month of them being basically used. So whatever was being used in June is probably good to flip, because there are going to be a lot of people still flipping cards from what they got in June, or still obtaining those Topps Now packs and then selling those cards for stubs. Now cards from all the way in April, for example, or May, or whenever Topps Now started, it might be a little bit more difficult for you to go ahead and flip those cards, because there are not a lot of new players jumping into the game at this point in the game cycle and then doing moments in order to receive those old 85 overall diamonds and then sell them inside the community marketplace. Most of them would keep them and then just do the monthly awards program. So whatever is fresh and whatever is coming in terms of content, that usually goes ahead and tanks in price, and then after it leaves, it jumps back up. And then whenever exclusive packs make a return, that's when you want to invest in them, because the prices will tank. And if they're not going to stay inside the community marketplace, or if they're not going to be available forever, which hardly if ever are they available forever, they are going to go back up in price whenever they leave the community marketplace. So that's how you begin your flipping stages. This was just day one of me explaining everything to you all. Tomorrow I will go ahead and time myself for an hour. We're actually going to start ourselves off with 1,500 stubs. So I'll show you all what I will do in order to make sure we start off with 1,500 stubs. And with those 1,500 stubs, I will show you all what I will begin with and what I will continue to work with in order to go ahead and make stubs. So as you can see, we're not going to be starting off with diamonds. We might be starting off with silvers. We might be starting off with bronzes. You can start off anywhere as long as there is a good price differential, and as long as you see that a lot of people are buying that card and a lot of people are selling the card, that means that the market is hot and you're going to be able to flip stubs no problem. Now another thing you want to take into consideration before we even end this video is that in the nighttime the market tends to be a lot slower. As soon as you hit the afternoon to later on in the afternoon, meaning the evening, you're gonna be good, because that means a lot more people on the East Coast are gonna be arriving from work, getting on to play. Once you hit like 9 p.m. Eastern, a lot more people from the West Coast are gonna be arriving from work, getting on to play, and they're gonna be looking at the community marketplace, buying cards and whatnot. And that's when the community marketplace is really gonna be jumping. On Fridays, the community marketplace is also jumping. Usually on Tuesdays to Thursdays is when everything is selling for the highest. So you usually want to sell off your inventory Tuesdays through Thursdays to buy back in terms of inventory on Fridays. And always keep an eye out on the schedule where you can find in the home section. For example, the Battle Royale program is going to allow you, since it's a new Battle Royale program, to pick up these Battle Royale rewards once again, as they do each and every single program. So what's going to happen? These cards are going to tank in price whenever that Battle Royale program comes out. So what I would do if I was smart and I had invested in some of these cards, right, is I would go ahead and sell them off before that new Battle Royale program comes out, whether it's tomorrow, the 18th or the 19th. I would get rid of them, and then when that new Battle Royale program comes out, when I see that all those cards have tanked in price and are no longer selling for how much they should be, for example, this Vita Blue right here is selling for nearly 3.7k. I promise you, that Battle Royale program comes out, that Vita Blue, I said Vita, that Vita Blue ain't selling for 3.7k. So he's gonna be selling for like 1 point something k. I would go ahead, if I have the stubs necessary, I would invest in him and a bunch of other Battle Royale rewards in order to then, as time continues, resell him off, because he's gonna be selling for that 5k stubs that you see that Chipper Jones selling. I'm telling you all this. This is a humongous, I guess, secret, but not really a secret. This is just what flippers do, and you're gonna see it on a road to 1 million stubs, strictly flip. We're also gonna start bringing out community market tip videos where I will go ahead and try to predict which sets are gonna get expensive, what is gonna tank, and whatnot. So make sure you guys hit that like button or subscribe button, and y'all stay tuned for that. As always, have a blessed day and night. Stay positive, stay safe, stay blessed. Love you all. Catch you all on the next one. Peace out.